Well, four of Canada's largest cannabis companies will report earnings this week, less than 1 month after legalization. Aurora Cannabis is first with numbers just released this morning. Joining me with more is BNN Bloomberg's Andrew Bell. Thanks for being here. I know you just got these numbers seconds ago. You're still looking at them. Yeah, yes. So what can you tell us so far?
Well, I mean, revenue jumped in the latest quarter. So Aurora Cannabis is the Alberta-based crowd that say they've now raised financing to grow. It's incredible, 500 tons of cannabis every year, 500,000 kilograms. They're not quite at that, but they are producing, in a position to produce hundreds of tons of cannabis every year. They are saying that the revenue in their latest quarter was up by 55% from the previous quarter to almost $30 million. But of course, by the wonders of cannabis accounting, their profit was north of $100 million. So how do they make more in profit than revenue? It's not unique to them. And also actually wine producers do this as well. Under the accounting rules, they mark up and down the value of the biological assets. They change the accounting assumption for the value of the plants they've grown, and so that inflates their profit. Now, I'd love to be able to tell you, this is a great snapshot of what they're going to do under legal cannabis, but BMO pointed out last week that a lot of the deliveries actually took place in the 2 weeks running up to October 17th. So they're not captured by these numbers. What we are looking for, and I haven't caught this yet, is any word about production problems, delays, because we have heard quite a few provinces complaining we didn't get the product from the growers we were hoping to get.
So we know the demand is there. We know investors are going to be looking at these numbers. What are they looking for today?
They're in particular looking for, did any crops have to be destroyed? Was any stuff sent back by the provinces? Now, last week, we were on Twitter. Well, we're all on Twitter too much these days.
Yes.
But a lot of stoners were complaining, and this is completely unscientific, that legal pot they were getting wasn't up to snuff. They weren't happy with it. I'm not necessarily talking about Aurora here. This is across the industry. Some of the customers were beefing that the buds were too small or they were too leafy. Now, I'm not trying to cast aspersions on the growers here, but we have heard that growing under these strict Health Canada rules is really hard because you've got to document everything. You're not allowed to use very many pesticides. Whereas the Hells Angels and the long-time illegal players in BC, they don't have those rules and they can produce big fat nugs, as I gather they're called. So that's one where I really am.
You've got the terminology down.
I know, but I do need to get out more. And anyway, so we're looking for that. We've asked Aurora for the management discussion and analysis because sometimes stuff gets in there. I'm not saying they did have any production problems, but we do know the industry as a whole has had trouble scaling up to the level of deliveries the provinces want.
Right, yes. Well, we know the demand is there, so we'll continue to monitor this, and thank you for the update.
And as you said off the top, we're expecting Canopy Growth and Tilray, two other giants, over the next couple of days.
Right, yes. Okay, so much more to cover here. We'll continue to do that throughout the week. Thanks so much today.